you ever been in a situation where you just didn't feel right, or you knew not to head to a certain place, but you didn't really know why exactly you had this feeling? This is what your gut feeling feels like, also known as your intuition. Hi Bright Light, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brie Mosquera and I am a Law of Attraction mindset coach. On this channel, you will find everything on self-development, manifesting, law of attraction, and wellness. I appreciate you so much tuning in today because it shows your commitment to your self-growth journey, and I am super honored to be able to support you with tools, techniques, and additional knowledge that you can use mindfully in your journey. And before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells so every single week on Wednesday and Friday when I upload new videos, you will be the first to know. And together, let's continue to grow our YouTube community and let's manifest 100 new subscribers by the end of December 2020. We all have a gut feeling or an intuition that allows us to understand what exactly it is that we want. What are the decisions to take that is most authentic to our desire? Today, let's talk about the neuroscience behind our intuition so then we could further understand how we can tap into and listen to our intuition when it's calling. So your intuition is a very real psychological process where the brain uses past experiences and cues from the self, which means us, and our surroundings to make a decision. And this decision happens so quickly that on a conscious level, we don't even realize it's happening. The decisions made during uncomfortable situations and interactions directed by the brain's automatic instinct to keep us safe and to keep us alive, which can be seen by taking rationalized actions. So let's pause for a second and let's quickly summarize what exactly is rationalization. So rationalization is a defense mechanism that we use to justify a mistake or problematic feeling with seemingly logical reasons or explanations. And if you're still thinking, what? Don't worry, I will give an example later on in this video once I finish explaining the neuroscience behind our intuition. Also rationalize to avoid possible failure or minor discomfort or embarrassment. So not only do our limiting beliefs and our negative self-talk contribute as an inner obstacle that holds us back from our goals, but so does ignoring and not listening to our intuition. Okay, so now let's break down what exactly is happening in our mind and body when we are faced with a type of uncomfortable or difficult situation. And what is our intuition's role? So first, we categorize the problem into two options. So that would look like you saying, yes, I'm going to do this, or no, I'm not going to do this. Or you might be even thinking, don't do it, and do it. If you notice, the language that you use to categorize your problems is pretty easy because it's either helping you identify whether the situation is good, whether it's bad, whether it's positive, or whether it's negative. So since we rationalize our problems or a decision that needs to be made, the second thing that happens is that we ignore our intuition. But did you know that we have 3 brains that work together and store intelligence? You might be thinking, what? In biology, I learned that I have my brain, which is here in my head, and that is correct. But we also have a heart brain and a gut brain. So if you ever noticed when your intuition is trying to talk to you, you might feel flutters in your chest, which is connecting you to your heart brain, or you feel pressure in your gut, which is connecting you to your gut. There are 10 million neurons and every single type of neurotransmitter in your gut, which is used to process external stimuli and send signals to your brain. Your heart also receives input and sends out signals. The brain then translates these signals so we can make a decision and act on it. But the brain also edits, censors, and resists some of the data that it receives, especially if emotions are triggered. So your head brain reasons, analyzes, and makes meaning out of what is perceived from the situation that you're faced with. Your heart brain, my little shape of a heart here, is activated based on how the presenting situation is related to your dreams and desires. This also includes any type of feeling of hope, disappointment, or even betrayal if you feel like a promise is broken. And lastly, your gut brain reacts when fear is triggered, whether the threat is real or not. Okay, so we covered a lot. So now a quick little example to summarize the connections that are made between our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. So let's say that you're on a night out and your crush is going to meet up with you and your friends. But in the back of your mind, you know that you have to wake up early because you have a big presentation to show at work. And of course, you start feeling nervous and excited about speaking and interacting with your crush. But you start looking at your phone, you start looking at the time, and your head brain starts kicking in, telling you, you have to go home, you have to go home, you have to go home. And as you think about your crush, your heart starts tingling and your heart brain is telling you to stay because the interaction will go well. You just have this feeling that things will work out as you want it to. And then your crush arrives and you start panicking a little bit. Your defense mechanism of rationalization starts kicking in. You start telling yourself, no, I have to leave. I have to wake up early the next day. I have to be focused for my presentation. And you end up taking the more logical decision of leaving, but it is only to protect yourself from potentially being rejected or from getting hurt. And if you can relate to this example or of any other situation that you have experienced when your intuition was nagging at you, but you ignored it, drop a yes below in the comments. We're mainly taught to use our head brain when making big, important life decisions, but it's important to understand how our heart brain and how our gut brain also plays a role in our decision making. And by listening to all three of our brains, we can make a most conscious decision that is going to lead us to better outcomes rather than just listening to our head brain. So if you're interested in understanding how your three brains work for you, start identifying where your intuition speaks to you, whether you get more of a sensation in your heart brain or whether it's a sensation more in your gut brain. So either reflect on situations in the past that you remember that you ignored your intuition and think about what sensations you were feeling in your body. If it's been way too long and you can't remember when you last ignored your intuition, be mindful today and throughout the week of how you make decisions during uncomfortable interactions or situations. And stay tuned for my next video where I will be talking about how to tap into your intuition and actually listen to it when it's calling you. And I look forward to hearing what you end up learning and also which brain is strongest, whether it's the heart brain or the gut brain. So you can let me know either via email or at my Instagram at bebold.befierce.bu. So I look forward to chatting and I will see you in the next video that will be about tapping into your intuition. I am sending you so much positivity and light your way. Let's spread the knowledge learned today and share this video.